Hello everyone. We're going to do a challenge slash strategy with pigs. Watch this video of a guy did this little setup. Pretty much one crop, one strategy, and make millions with pigs. And you could even set it up for automation if you really wanted to. Now there's two things we can do here. We could just strictly use one crop, which is corn, or we could use two crops, which basically you just need straw. So with straw, we can collect manure, and manure and slurry you could use for fertilizing your fields. You don't have to have straw or manure. It's just an extra product that you can make during the process. Because really all you need is a pig pen and corn. And that's pretty much all you need. So, I have made a couple fields in the back here, you can see. One has wheat and one has corn. Now, just for the purposes of this video, I turned off seasonal growth, which means that as soon as I harvest these two fields, I can replant them immediately and the process starts over. Now wheat is another thing. So you can grow wheat, you store the wheat in a silo and sell it when peak, which I think is like January. And you get straw, which straw you put in a pig pen to make manure. Slurry is automatically made regardless whether you use a manure pit or not. I added manure pit just for, like I said, you could either use it to fertilize your fields or you could sell it. Either way, you're saving money either on fertilizer or selling the byproduct. That is slurry. But the main goal here is to do with pigs. So how this works is that we buy a pig, a baby pig, for $200. Now, every month, like we'll buy a pig, we'll fast forward time to the next month, we'll buy another pig, a baby pig, and fast forward to another month. And we'll repeat this process till we get to 9 pigs. And by the time we get to the 9th pig, that pig is going to be worth $1,000 that you pay $200 for to begin with. And once we get to 9, every month after that, you're just selling, a herd of pigs. For instance, let's see here. We have 275 pigs that we can hold. The formula, I'm pretty much repeating what another YouTuber did. So the formula on this would be 27 pigs each month, and it'll end up being 270 pigs at the end. And like I said, every month you'll be selling 27 pigs at 1,000 a pop, and you can do it that two ways too. You could either deliver the pigs yourself, or you just pay a fee and you still make a profit. And really all you got to do is just keep them fed with corn. You don't need to worry about pig food and all the different proteins and all that stuff, because it divides it up into parts and you get less in the end. Like if you put just pig food in there, which costs a lot of money, corn is easy to grow, easy to harvest, and you get a pretty good yield off of a cornfield. And basically, that's all we're going to do is we just going to do this for the next 10 months, and we're going to see how this turns out. Watching his video, it's pretty neat how you just get to a point where you're just basically just fast forward the game. Now, as far as the cornfield goes, now you can make more money in the long run harvesting your own crop. Now, you don't have to do that. You can put down a buy station like I got over there, that green one, and you can just buy corn and fill your pig pen up with it. But the way the guy explained it, did the math, you make quite a bit more money um, growing your own corn. Now, if you got seasonal on, then you need some pretty big fields of corn to hold you over, you know, for the whole year. You harvest corn in October and you plant in April. But if you have seasonal growth turned off and you're not worried about that and you just want to plant, harvest, and repeat, then you don't need as big of a cornfield, because every few months you are harvesting, and you can just harvest it one day and replant it at the same time. And if you use a planter where you don't have to cultivate, you're not really worried about like the quality of the corn, or the value of the corn, because you're just using it for feed. So you really don't even have to fertilize it. You just get you one of those planters that plants over harvested ground, and that's it. You just plant, harvest in a few months, and replant. You don't have to fertilize it if you don't want to. Or, in my case, I use a mod where you only have to fertilize one. So I got a planter with a fertilizer on it, and I just, plant and fertilize one, and it gives me both fertilizers. So anyway, that's enough talking. That is the strategy we are going to attempt to do here ourselves. I got everything set up, got a pig pen, got a little house right next to it, because you're going to do a lot of sleeping, so to speak. You're going to buy a pig, fast forward to the next month, buy another pig. Your only concern is just keeping up with the corn situation. Whereas if you're growing it yourself, you do have to stop periodically and, harvest it and replant. But if you're buying, you can just sit here for days and days and days and just rinse and repeat every day. Sell your pigs, and you don't even have to buy no more pigs. because at this point they just regenerate 27 every month, 27 every month. In my scenario, depending on the pig pen, and you can just lay as many of these pens down as you want, and you can just rinse and repeat this operation and just make millions and millions on pigs with very little effort and not really a high cost. Corn don't cost nothing to grow, and apparently all you're really doing is giving them enough, whatever it is they need to produce more pigs. So, and seems like corn is the single crop that will do that for us. So being enough running my mouth here, so let's get to the action. See what we can get done here. First off, we're going to harvest these 2 fields. We're going to get our pig pen stocked up with straw and with corn, and then we're just going to start doing the rinse and repeat. Excuse me there. Rinse and repeat process. So, alright folks, hope you enjoy the video. Let's see how this works out here. So there it is, folks. It works. Pretty little simple process. Just rinse and repeat. Grow corn. And once you set it up, looks like, with their little fee and everything, that you make 25.6 thousand every month. Now, is that making mega bucks a month? That's just with one pin. If you want to make that mega bucks a month, sure. Plop down as many pins as you want. Or even, get some of these modded pins that hold 2,000 or hold 1,000. And, do the math. You need nine sets. That's it. And then you just make ever how much money you want. Feed them corn. Don't need to worry about expensive pig feed. Corn works. You buy a pig for 200 bucks, you sell it for 1,000. 9 months later. Alright, folks. So, it worked. It's simple. And you really don't need a lot of equipment. And like I said, you don't even have to do straw. But straw gives you manure. And I think it beefs up your slurry a little bit. Which are byproducts that you could use for fertilizer, or you could just sell it right out. Either way. Well, that's going to do it for this video, folks. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to get rich doing pigs, there's your simple solution. Easy, hardly no maintenance, and if you don't even want to fuck with the fields, just buy corn. Buy it, feed it, and run with it. Make millions. Alright, folks. Please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.